So kind of a rough start to the day. We get out here and I accidentally left the key on. So now the battery's dead on the truck. But it would be an easy fix except for the bracket that opens up this hood has been damaged. So now I'm trying to wedge it up somehow to hold it. And I've got to put a screwdriver in there and unlock. There's a latch up in there that I have to unlock with the screwdriver because the handle that goes down here is no longer attached. So maybe we can jump start it with the lawnmower, or might have to use one of the guys' trucks. So I got the hood popped and we can get to the battery now. So we just got to charge it up. But here's the bracket I was referring to. There used to be a bar that comes down from here and attached to this bracket where we could push it with our hands to lift it. But we lost that and haven't put it back on there, so I need to order another one. But it's just, so if you ever do get it stuck, or if the bracket ever does break like ours did, then you can slide a screwdriver through the grill here and bring it through and push this up with a screwdriver. It just takes an extra minute. So we discovered that the IAS sensor, I believe is what it's called, is actually clogged, and so it's not getting any air into the engine. So we're gonna try to clean that and see if it works. We're supposed to replace it, but we don't have another one here, and we have no way to get back to a mechanic shop without taking one of the other guys' trucks. So we're just gonna clean it and try to save that one. So we're gonna try jumping off the truck again with the lawnmower, and hopefully if we can get it started, we can run up to the parts store to replace that sensor. Joey's letting the truck kind of idle some, and he's trying to rev it up and down. What's happening is the RPM, when we're driving, the RPM will go up like usual, and then it drops extremely low. And so when it drops so low, the truck is stalling out when it hits the bottom of that idle. And so as we're driving, it cuts off like every 30 seconds. So luckily we didn't make it out of our neighborhood. But so we need to try to fix. We're going to try fixing the O2 sensor, replacing that, as well as replacing that other air intake sensor, and then hopefully one of those will fix it. So there's a lot of truck issues this morning. Got the AutoZone here. We're gonna try to get them to use their sensor on the truck. So what it's doing now is when we rev it up, it's wanting to not come back down. So we'll just kind of see how that goes. So we got the truck fixed. It's got a little bit of a squeak where we replaced that part, and that's just because it's got to kind of work its way in there, we think. So the truck's running good. We're back out working again. We've got the guys are down there working on a project way down there. And so what I'm not doing is I'm not knocking on doors to where then we can look at our schedule for the rest of the week. The guys decided that they'd like to work this Saturday. So we don't normally work Saturdays, so we can fit in 2 or 3 projects on Saturday. So what we do is we just go out and knock on doors, and then we'll introduce ourselves and say, hey, I'm Caleb Conger with Caleb's Lawn Care. I just wanted to introduce myself. We're working for so-and-so down the street, and just wanted to offer to help you with any of your landscaping needs. And so this is a good neighborhood to do it in, because you can see down there, right back there, there's someone that's doing some fertilizations, but they're leaving the fertilizer on the driveway, which is going to stain the driveway and corrode it. And so we can kind of push that as well and say, hey, we see your current guy, we just want to offer to blow off the driveway for you. then they realize that their guy isn't doing like he's supposed to. So we just like to go around when we're in neighborhoods and kind of introduce ourselves, and that way we just stick a card on the door if they're not home, and then it gives us more opportunities to be able to work for more people and increase our revenue. So like I said yesterday, when you're out servicing properties in like rougher areas by houses that are like abandoned and things, so we find some crazy stuff. So we've got someone out here that's doing here. But so you find some crazy stuff when you're out doing these properties, but you just have to kind of decide if it's worth it for you and your crew to take the risk. But for us, we've kind of decided it's a good way that we're able to witness to people in these areas, and so whenever someone comes out, we'll bring them cold water and kind of witness to them if we have the ability, and just show them that someone cares. So this is, I believe, our 7th property. We have 3 left. It is about 3:27, so we're finishing up out here. Truck kind of delayed us a little while, so we're running a little late. We didn't get to knock on as many doors as what we wanted to, but 3 properties left.
Me and Caleb are waiting for this guy. We think he's trying to scam us, and he's wanting to send us money, but we think it's some kind of scam because he's wanting us to do it. He's wanting to pay for a year of maintenance on his property up front. So he's paying the whole year up front. It's like $2,500, and he's saying he tried to say that he wanted us to use mobile deposit. Then he was wanting us to use his card, but we don't take cards. But on my business account, I can take cards. So now we're waiting for him to call us and give us his card information so we can try to run a transaction and see what happens. So I can't imagine anything too terrible can happen because I don't have any money in my business account. So we should be fine. So we'll see what happens. We're still waiting for him to call. It's been probably 10 minutes so far.